Wall Street Journal op-ed, meanwhile, titled Hunter Biden's Fair Tax Share with this. IRS agents reveal details of the son's scheming that mock the president's tax moralizing. And the New York Post writing heroic IRS whistleblower testimony and snarls Hunter and Joe Biden in bribery scheme. Doug Collins, former Republican congressman from Georgia and former Judiciary Committee ranking member, joins us now. Thank you very much for joining us. So as we enter this brand new week here, we see Hunter right there alongside his father at the state dinner, as we all wait to know more, especially about that text message where he's texting about his father sitting right next to him. When will the White House weigh in?
Well, they don't want to weigh in. I mean, this is their problem. I mean, if the more this is revealed, the more that they're getting caught up in this, they're having to now go back and deal with the fact that they've denied this forever. They've tried to take Hunter as an island that only conservatives are really wanting to go after, and that Joe Biden never had anything to do with it. And the problem is, every time that the president has opened his mouth about this, it's seemingly contradicted when there was text messages saying he's involved. And here's the interesting part: whether his father was sitting right next to him or not, was the fact that Hunter Biden was using his father's name to get this money. He was using his connection to the former vice president, or the vice president at the time, and using that to do these business. It just goes to show that what we've been saying all along is proven out to be true. And I don't think the White House wants to deal with it, because they're going to have to, at some point, you can't ignore this up to a point, and you can't use the Department of Justice as your backstop and your personal defense attorney for Hunter Biden for so long, because people are catching on to the fact this is not good.
People want to know if there are bribery schemes, for sure. They want to know if there was any influence peddling. They want to know if there's special treatment. This IRS whistleblower, Gary Shapley, has insisted that the U.S. Attorney, David Weiss, wasn't allowed to pursue certain charges against Hunter Biden and made unsuccessful attempts to elevate himself to special counsel in this Hunter probe. Attorney General Merrick Garland denied that. And in a letter dated June 7, 2023, Weiss proclaimed his ultimate authority over the probe, including, quote, responsibility for deciding where, when, and whether to file charges. When asked about the contradiction, a spokesperson for Weiss declined to comment. How much longer can they continue like this?
Well, right now, as long as they're getting cover from other media sources and media sources across the country, besides, times that we're discussing it like we are now and others, is that they're just getting coverage that people are not knowing what's going on. But it's building and building. I mean, you're seeing the Wall Street Journal. You're starting to see the Washington Post actually talk about this. At some point in time, and I'm in favor of this, they've got to go outside of the Department of Justice, someone who's never been at the DOJ, never been at FBI, to actually appoint a special counsel here, or somebody that can look at this without having the interference or the baggage or the feeling that they need to protect the Department of Justice. Because if not, I mean, people will continue this. It's going to be a problem for those of us who've seen this for the last several years know that all this is true. This is just saying, wow, finally somebody else is hearing this. But until they actually bring this back out and we can get the Department of Justice to actually go forward without sweetheart deals, without blinders on, then the people will continue to make their choices, and Joe Biden and his administration, whether they like it or not, are going to have to deal with it.
And it seems there's an opportunity for the White House to deny that report and deny that text message and what the son is saying in that text message. But again, we'll see. The Office of the Director of National Intelligence, meanwhile, Congressman, finally has released its COVID origins report. This happened on Friday night, several days past the deadline Congress had set. The report was required to declassify all information related to COVID's possible links to Wuhan. House Intel Committee Chair Mike Turner says the report did not go as far as needed.
We've asked to open the curtain and release the intelligence, and they went behind the curtain, read the stuff, and came out and said, well, this is what we think about it. This is not sufficient. This is going to be set up between a battle between Congress and Director of National Intelligence to make certain that the law that was passed unanimously, both the Senate and the House, and signed by the president, is complied with, but also the American public get the answers they deserve.
Will we get answers, Congressman?
I think they'll keep sidestepping this. But I have a problem here, and I think the American people do. It's the definition of all. I mean, declassify all. This is not a maybe, shall, wonder, let's do parts, let's go behind closed doors and decide what we want you to hear. It says you will declassify all. And again, this is setting up something that's been building for years. Congress's oversight being stonewalled by the administration's unwillingness, especially in the intel community, DOJ and others, to comply with what the law actually says. This is setting up a very dangerous precedent. And, I'm hopeful they'll apply. The more than likely, though, is just information is going to have to come out from whistleblowers, is going to have to come out from Congress until the pressure is put on by mainstream media and others to say, look, you comply with the law, or there will be consequences. But remember, from Congress's perspective, who has to enforce that? All part the Department of Justice. And that's the part we're seeing is falling through.
All right. Congressman Doug Collins, appreciate you joining us today, sir. Thank you.
Hey, everyone. I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Kaylee McEnany on Outnumbered every weekday at 12 p.m. Eastern, or set your DVR. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page for daily highlights.